hello and welcome back to the Adventures of Me, and today we will be playing Dust and Elysian Tail. This game is rather beautiful. I absolutely love it. And we will get straight into this game. Yes, this is a post commentary, as I wanted to be able to absorb the whole game while I was playing, and then get on with it and discuss things like that.
Our world has fallen to fade. Its great works
Okay,
long since complete. Its storied civilizations long since fallen to dust. The greatest legends of Elysium long since forgotten. What was once a land of promise has fallen to the ravages of war. And it was in this, our most desperate hour, that the greatest of Elysian tales began. The lone warrior stood against an army, slashing his way through all who opposed him. The mob stood no chance, and the soldier showed no mercy. But despite his victories, his skills, his ruthlessness, the valiant soldier would perish on this day. Not to the mob, but to a single child.
Okay, as you can see,
Dust.
it's got beautiful
Dust.
animation artwork
Arise.
and voice acting too. I love these type of games with beautiful scenery and animation, cartoons.
What?
Yes, appeal to
A
them.
talking sword? What are you?
Only that which you have summoned.
Summoned? How? For what purpose?
That I do not know. But we shall learn in time. Now rise and claim the blade of Ara.
Yes, you must absolutely love games with talking swords. You can't beat the just mystical aspect
Stop.
behind it all.
Stop right
And
there!
the little pixie
who is she?
characters too.
Me? I'm Fidget, guardian of his sword.
Such a cute little character.
I'm sorry, I
Can't get
think
past
I
that.
misheard before. You said your name was Fidget?
Hey, this isn't about me. You're the one who's got my sword. How about you tell me your name?
I'm...
Calm yourself, Fidget. His name is Dust, and he is the one who woke me from my slumber.
so... Fidget, then?
That's me. And you're Dust?
It would seem that way, though I can't recall that name. So, what is this sword?
I am the blade of Ara, and you, Dust, are my fated sword bearer.
Yes, well, that's all great and everything, but I think it's about time I got this sword back to the clan.
I can't let you just leave with this sword, Fidget. Right now, it's the only thing that knows who I am. I don't even know how I got here.
Well, then you leave me no choice.
Well,
All right, you win. But don't think I'm leaving empty-handed. I'm coming with you. But, I really need the sword back when you're done doing, you know, whatever it is you're doing.
What exactly am I doing, Ara?
The answers you seek lie to the east. There is a path through the glade that leads down the mountainside, and from there you will find a village. That is your first step.
Then will you give me the sword? I really need to get it back home before anyone notices it's, gone.
When I find out just what it is I'm supposed to do with it, it's all yours, Fidget. Come on, let's go.
Okay, so in case you can't tell, I will not be skipping through the cutscenes in this game. I'll just let them play out, and you can listen to all the conversation that goes on in between the cutscenes. Because I really want to enjoy the story. I want to listen to it all. So I'll let you guys enjoy that too. And we are entering the glade right now. The layout of this game is a platforming game. And you have a little map that appears in the top right hand side of the screen, and your health is that green bar, as you will be encountering enemies later on using the sword. At this moment I was just jumping back and forth, getting used to the controls. I find that the controllers were a little bit different to what I'm usually used to when playing platforming games, using W, A, S and D for movement,
What is
J,
it,
K and
Fidget?
L as
Well, my kind
different
has what you'd call
combinations
a
of attacks.
sixth sense. And there's something just ahead.
So yeah, I am going to try and explore every aspect that I can within this game, and try not miss anything. This is just a quick explanation of the map that I just pressed there when it popped up. And we've acquired the dash ability, which I don't use so much throughout this part of the gameplay. With each of these episodes for this Let's Play, I will be aiming to, for about 30-35 minutes of recording. I hope you can enjoy that much
All right, we
at
got
one
a
time.
chest.
Correction. We found a locked chest.
Well, what are you waiting for? Smash it open.
That would be unwise, Dust. These chests are protected by arcane locks from the last era, and are well beyond my capabilities.
I suppose we'll need a key then.
So yeah, I thought I would be able to get through this little cave down the bottom there, but obviously I cannot. Every time the little message pops up down the bottom, that's when we're picking up a new item. And you can collect items to restore health, or it looks like you can fuse items together to improve your attack and defense, but I haven't worked that out yet. I never made it that far in the game. I had played it once before on my dad's iMac, but it deleted it off by accident when I ended up getting my MacBook, so
Remember what you've
I
learned
never
thus
continued
far.
that save file.
Mash the buttons! Do something!
So here we're experiencing our first combat situation, which can be very fast-paced as you try and boost up your combos.
Anything about monsters.
Strange. Where did I learn these skills?
You wield the Blade of Ara, and with it, all the skills imbued therein.
Hello? Monsters?
Is that why I summoned you? To control this power?
It is unlikely, Dust, that I would awaken from my slumber for such selfish reasons. There is a village beyond these woods. Perhaps finding it will aid in restoring your memories.
And then we'll be in the clear, right? No more monsters?
Fidget, I think things are about to get a whole lot worse.
And to think, this morning started off so well. At least take these people fruits. Something tells me you're going to need them.
Okay, so as you can see, experience points pop up on the screen, and as you level up you can boost different aspects of your character, such as health, attack, defense. You can also boost up Fidget's attack, which is pretty cool as well. Here's a save point. You restore a little bit of health every time you go through one, and you just press the W key to initiate an interaction with the saving point. And up the top of the screen at the moment, it's explaining different combos that we can use with the J key as the standard melee attack. And yeah, one thing I love about this game, the artwork and animation at this very early part kind of reminds me of Disney movies with all the little forest critters running around in the beautiful meadows and the flowers and all that, and that really appeals to me. I just love how that looks when you're playing a game. It's a bit different to the usual style of artwork which occurs in the games that I usually play. I've never really played a lot of the platforming games, and so far I'm absolutely loving this game. I cannot get past how beautiful it is, and just the sound and the voice acting for this game is amazing as well. I just can't express that enough. So at the moment we're just going through standard platforming layout, heading to the right hand side of the map to progress to the next area. We're slowly building up our chain as we hit these enemies and getting experience and picking up recovery items along the way. You also pick up coins, which later on in this episode you'll actually see me interact with a shop. They just offer different items to help you get through the game. So far I've only seen ingredients, as they call them, but we'll explore that as we play through.
Bear witness to the dust storm.
Now this is an awesome ability. I start using it a lot as we get through this game to be able to boost up the combos to get really high levels of combos.
You cannot maintain the storm for long without hurting yourself.
In that case, maybe I can help. If you press the super ballistic fidget action button of power, I'll perform an attack so spectacularly awesome that it'll produce emotions you didn't even know existed. Please contain yourselves as I demonstrate.
Absolutely love the comedic aspect to Fidget in this game. The little tiny character that just believes that they're more awesome than the rest of the world out there. It's something that I find rather funny. It kind of breaks the fourth wall a little bit with telling you to press the buttons, and I love it when any kind of media breaks the fourth wall.
Into a more powerful attack. Observe.
And that combo there is absolutely amazing as it goes crazy around the screen.
Every time I use my power, it'll use up a bit of energy meter. You can recharge the meter with melee combos.
Yes, Dust. Between your combos and Fidget's own powers, you can achieve a higher hit chain, which will yield bonus experience after each battle. However, if you are struck by an enemy, the chain will be broken, and you will lose your bonus experience.
All right, I think I understand.
If this is all too much for you, you can check out the help screen via the pause menu.
Thanks, Fidget. I'll take a look if I'm ever in trouble.
Again, breaking the fourth wall there with telling you to check the the pause menu. And I just unlocked an achievement. As you can see, I am playing on Steam, which I've got a few games on there which I'll be going through hopefully as I create more content for the YouTube channel. As you can see here, I'm getting the hang of using that fidget attack and dust storm combo. Going crazy, getting up into the 150 chain, 160, there we go, we just hit that. And also it's the damage in which you do, which I find is kind of funny, because I don't know how many hit points each of these enemies have. I just kept hitting them until they died. But yeah, that storm in the background adds such an amazing atmospheric vibe to the game. It just changes it from, you know, this pretty little forest that you're running through to this almost dark and yeah, it's a rather scary atmosphere with all the monsters in it. It's, yeah, quite an amazing game when it comes to the artwork again behind it. You can see on the map that there is a flag, and I believe that's the area that we're aiming to go to, although I never really had that discussed on in the game, at least when I was playing through it. I didn't notice anywhere that it explained what that was on the map. I might have skipped over that by accident without realizing, or I might have said it and I just did not pay attention as it came up. Again, just building on that combo, and we just collected a blueprint, and that's what I was saying about the ingredients to make different items.
It feels good. Great even.
As it should, Dust.
Yeah, breaking the
You
fourth
acquired
wall.
a skill gem. Open the
Talking
character
about
screen in the
leveling up
inventory
here.
to upgrade your abilities and become even more powerful.
Here we go, this is what I was talking about, leveling up. As you can see, you can level up each of these abilities here. So we've got max health, attack, defense, and then fidget's attack, I believe. And I'm gonna level up my attack here. So I just try and work out how to actually commit to leveling up that skill, which I realised you just have to press enter one more time when you do that. At the moment we only have a maximum of 4 points in each skill that we can level up. That'll give us a total of 12 levels, but it appears as though you unlock more levels as you continue through the game, which make it quite interesting. I'm interested to see how hard this game gets, as I haven't died yet. I don't know if it gets much harder, or if as you progress through and level up it kind of equalizes out and stays the same difficulty throughout the whole thing. Not too sure. As I said before, I haven't played too far into the game. The last save file I had was deleted when I was swapping around Steam on the computers, and just had a bit of difficulty with trying to pick it back up from where I was. So we started fresh for this playthrough. And here we're going to jump down to explore the area below, and we find a key and a treasure chest up above. But what I'm actually going to do with this key is I'm going to go back to the first chest that we came across, get those items first before we continue on. As I didn't realise you actually have to fight all these enemies again to get back to the area we were, because there's a barrier that appears on the edge of each section of the map. And yeah, you have to take out the enemies in that relative area to be able to take those out. And here I tried to use the teleporting system because it talks about saving and teleporting, and I did not realise that I could not teleport at this present stage in the game, as it hadn't showed me how to do it. So that was me just hitting the enter button over and over again trying to get that to work. It took me a little bit to realise that it was not actually going to be doing that. Okay. Just listen to the background music of this game. It's absolutely amazing. Definitely gets you in the mood to just enjoy yourself as you're running through it. So as I was saying before with the blueprints, you do get items in which you can piece together, I believe, to make different, lots of equipment, or maybe even healing items in which you can use throughout the game. I assume that as you progress through the story and get further through the game, it will explain how to do that, as I don't know how to do that at this present point for where I played up to. So yeah, I'm sure when we come across it, we'll be able to go through it together and work out how that works. Also, I've leveled up since that previous part of the map, and it tells you down the bottom with the tab there to add your skills, and we're going to add to our defense this time, so we can take a few more hits from the enemies, because I know one thing that I usually focus on in games is building up my attack, and I often forget about the defensive stats of my characters in a lot of the RPG kind of games, and all those games where you build up both attack and defense and different skills. Always neglect the defense and find myself being hit hard later on in the game and often losing. And yeah, as you can see, I failed the first attempt at opening this chest, as I completely forgot what I was supposed to do. Pretty much use the WASD to match the direction of the arrow that appears on the lock there. I believe you only have to do it 4 times. That might change later on. It might become like a process of 6 as you get further and further through the game. I'm not sure if it gets harder to do the chests as the difficulty increases. And here I was just checking out the items in which I had, thinking that I'd be able to equip it to a hotkey. As I was reading that it had a equip and unequip button, but I did not pay attention or read how to use that properly. I'm sorry, I just went back into the menu there to hit them to heal myself up rather than try and fiddle around with the hotkey. I'm sure I'll figure that out later. And yes, I noticed that there's a bit of a delay when I was pressing the dash button. You kind of dash a little bit and then stop using up your stamina, and I just figured it was a lot easier to run rather than keep using the dash for a lot of it, as I was frustrating myself trying to press the Q or E button, I think it was, depending on which way you wanted to go, left or right, and I found it really awkward using my left hand to try and move as well as use the dash to go which way I wanted to go. I just found that I was cramping my hand up, and I wasn't actually progressing very far. It was finding it rather annoying. To me, that's the only downside that I found to this game, just that my hands get a little bit cramped when I'm playing on my keyboard. I didn't think to check to see if you could remap buttons on the keyboard for this game. If I were to remap it, I would still have to keep the W, A, S, and D because that's your standard movement for a lot of games. But I might drop the J, K, and L down one line to some of the keys down there, just to have my hands spaced out a little differently. So I was finding my hands very cramped together, just with the style of gameplay. So I might include using the shift and the question mark button if I can work that out. I might have a little bit of a fiddle around just before I start my next recording. And I'd also want to try and move those dash buttons, even if it was just, or maybe you could use the shift, left and right shift for those. It might be a little bit easier to dash properly, but I'm sure I'll get used to it over time. Everything else about this game I just think is absolutely amazing. I just can't get past how much I enjoy the artwork style, and even the story I found rather intriguing, although very vague, to be honest. There's not much description of the sword in this game and the main character, but I guess as we play through it we'll explain it a bit. But I often prefer games where you know a lot more about your character to start off with, and it's not, you know, I've forgotten, you know, all about my past and I can't remember who I am. I'd prefer a game where you're a bit more of an established character and you're progressing on the aspects of the character that you already know, rather than not knowing a single thing about it. I like having backstory to my characters. But then again, for this type of game, I can see how it fits really well with all that mystery behind your character. Just, it will build up the story as you play through it. And I'm sure we will be learning a lot about this character as we play through the game. These goblin things can be rather annoying. Because I'm not sure if you have to kill every single one to be able to progress to the next part of the map, or if it's just the ones at the edge of the map section that are near the barrier. If it was just the ones near the edge of the map area, you would be able to skip between the sections of the map a lot easier. So I might explore that later on, just so I know if I could actually skip over some of them, rather than having to kill every single one, because I'm finding I'm just running back and forward and finding that a little bit annoying with some of the monsters as they kind of like fly off your the view of your screen and move somewhere else.
It's really beautiful up here.
Yeah. So, any idea where we are?
I was maybe hoping you could tell me.
Oh, silly me. I seem to have dropped all my detailed maps and navigational equipment chasing after a crazy flying sword.
I'm sorry I got you mixed up in this fidget.
Well, you should be. Taking my sword, getting me in trouble.
You know, now that I think about it, this isn't the first time I've seen this view. I've stood here before, in this very spot.
Then perhaps you recognize the village at the base of these cliffs?
It's hard to make out from here. We'll need to drop down to the valley floor if we want to get any closer.
Very well. Proceed as you wish, Dust.
I must say, I do love the contrast between the voices for both Fidget and the sword, and even Dust himself. Dust sounds, I don't know, very... I can't think of the word, to be honest. It's just impacting, very mystical. No, that's not the right word. I don't know. Either way, it's kind of got that, you know, really strong personality about him, even though he doesn't know who he is. And I like that aspect. It's makes the game very interesting, having that contrast between it, and of course having that comical character. It's Fidget. And here we've collected 2 more keys, so I'm just going to go back and collect that previous chest in which we missed. As I said, I will be going back to get all the chests as we pass them, if I know how to get them, that is. Mainly because I don't know if there's any secret items that you can get from certain chests, or any like percentage completion to this game as you collect different treasure items. Again, I'm not sure if it's one of those games where you unlock achievements for collecting every chest, or mainly get achievements for doing maybe different amounts of combos, or as you progress through the story you can unlock achievements. I do rather enjoy collecting achievements in the game, so it's one thing I've always kind of challenged myself on, especially with the ones that require you to complete a lot of in-game tasks to be able to complete the achievement. On the PlayStation, I always went for the trophies, trying to get every single trophy, which is one I absolutely love doing for Final Fantasy, trying to do some of those high-level, I suppose, post-story boss battles. Don't know what else to call them, but there's really high-level creatures that would just, or monsters that would just, you know, kill most of your characters in one hit. I absolutely loved fighting those and trying to unlock the trophies you get from just fighting these monsters and actually defeating them. I don't think there's any games where I've actually collected all the achievements or trophies for... I know I've played Braid before. This was a few years ago. I played Braid when I had a desktop computer in my room. That was a fair while ago now. And I collected every achievement on that through Steam, except for the speed run. I think it was a speed run. That you play through the game in one continuous strand to beat it. That is the only achievement that I didn't get. And just there, I was actually trying to smash down the wall, thinking it was one of those destroyable rock pillars, not realizing it was just the cliff face that I was standing next to. Yeah, I needed to pay a bit more attention to the layout of the map there. We are getting some more high chains. Here we go again with some more of the combos using that Dust Storm ability and the Fidget attack. I just love how it flies everywhere. It's quite a clever technique, being able to use your standard attack then followed by Fidgets to boost it and get a really high combo level. We've just unlocked a new Dust Storm ability, the Aerial Dust Storm. It kind of changes the effect a little bit when we do the spin with Fidget's attack, it kind of, rather than spins them in a circle, just kind of shoots them straight down to the ground. I found it a little bit harder to use the aerial Dust Storm than the standard Dust Storm. But I'm sure if you could get really good combos, you'd be able to chain it all together really well. I just was having a little bit of trouble trying to work it out on the spot. I will level up Fidget's attack this time, mainly because I was using that a lot for my combos, and I think it would be kind of wise to do it if I am going to keep doing the combos like that. Again, I thought there was another breakable rock pillar there, and I just completely zoned out as I was doing it and thought I should attack the wall again, even though I just did that before and just did not realize what I was doing. Here we'll unlock another chest because we have the extra key, and collect more of the money, which is always handy. Now this yellow wall, you have to be able to blow it up with an explosive.
Is there somebody in there?
Which we'll learn about later. But as I was saying, I had to go back and complete every little thing.
Do not let his appearance frighten you. I sense he only wishes to assist in our journey.
I wasn't frightened, just surprised at the, savings. Come on, let's talk to him.
I've been expecting you, stranger.
Who are you?
Merely a friend with many wares for sale. Shall we conduct business?
Okay, at this merchant, you're able to buy different items. Not too sure what all of them do. I know there's a lot of ones here that restore health, and then you get some of the ornaments that are here, and I think that is again for adding to equipment and boosting it, but we'll look at that as we play through the game, making sure we just learn all about the different aspects of it. And I did purchase quite a few items here, and then completely forgot to look at how to use some of them. I just kind of disregarded the fact that I purchased them. I kind of just went through and clicked the buy button on half of them, thinking that it would be handy to just be able to
Before you leave,
have a few of these on
might I propose
board.
an offer?
That would depend on the offer.
If I may be so bold, you are not prepared for the journey ahead. I, however, can offer assistance. Please, accept this blueprint as a gift. Should you find a blacksmith and the necessary materials, they may be able to craft the item for you. I can offer you materials as well, though I'm not entirely sure what materials this land deems
So
of
he just
value.
was explaining about the
I am
blacksmith.
not from
That's
around
what I was saying
here,
about being able
as
to
I'm
create
sure
different
you've guessed
items
by now.
or equipment with the items that we
Once you've
collect along
sold
the
me
way
a
with
new
the
material
blueprints.
type, I
We
will
will
be able
explore
to
that one
restock
later
my store
on.
with it. As for your reward, I will pay you a bonus for the first new material you sell me.
He'll buy them at a high price.
Well, yes. Yes, I will.
Thank you.
Watch your back, my friend.
He's a rather creepy character, that shopkeeper. Must say I do like him. He's got one of those voices that I find I don't know, just rather intriguing, and I definitely will be trying to use that shopkeeper later on as I work out what different items do. So yeah, we're just collecting that treasure key, which we didn't need at this moment, but will become helpful later. And I thought there was an item behind that bush, but I was just making that up. I thought I saw something happen. as I stood there. But yeah, it's just, it was my imagination, so I was just stepping back and doing who knows what to try and get that to work. And we blew up the other world there. Now I will be ending the episode off here. I hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, and as I said, I'll be bringing more of these out for you to enjoy in the very near future. Thanks once again. Bye.